Так, всем здрасте. Мы с вами продолжаем играть в Hogwarts Legacy. Будем сегодня получать бомбарду и идти дальше по сюжету. К счастью, ничего больше нам делать не нужно, никаких собирать страничек. Теперь уже точно. Я уже второй стрим начинаю с того, что уже не надо собирать никакие странички, потому что это моя главная радость в этой игре. Так, пошла картинка и... Ну что ж, погнали. Посмотрим сейчас, что у нас по заданиям. Встретиться, поговорить с Диком. Вот, и Бомбарда. Это кто такие вообще? Где вас искать? Ага, нам показывают, куда идти. Воу, как неприятно. Неприятно далеко идти. У нас тут, между прочим, началась зима, а люди в зимние не переодеваются. Видимо, не так уж у них холодно. Рамина выглядит теплее всех одетый. Так. Нам нужно зайти в открытый... А, мы вот в открытом мире уже. Так, нам нужно тпшнуться куда-то вот сюда. Я думаю... Здесь будем недалеко. Потом возьмем метлу и полетим туда. Так, полетели. О, я застрял в текстурах. О, какие очень быстрые дикие эти. Ой, не то. Давай какую-нибудь самую... Какая у меня есть полезная? Вот это, по-моему. Да, для полезных. Репара нам точно не потребуется, поэтому поставим сюда. А где он? А, вот он. Сюда иди.
There. I'm not going to hurt you. I should investigate. Who lived here, I wonder?
Наверное, холодно на такой высоте летать. На метле. Болото. Блин, какая противная локация тут. Ой, фу, это же чумная эта гадость. Это вышка бы? Не похоже на жаб. Ой. Охренеть. Кто такой? Это кто? Кого я там выстрелил? Ой, я тут, походу, весь агр собрал. Да куда ты? Да куда ты? Ты можешь вот на нее сфокусироваться? Все, успокоились, болотные твари. Это хорошо. Вы кто? А ну-ка, стой.
Assignment's all finished.
Отлично. Ну я дошел. Минус тыква. Какая прикольная штука.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed. I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Бомбарда.
Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into... Shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins.
На тыквах давай, это будет весело. Вот эти тыквы можно же, да?
Bombarda!
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in
Ура, это
control.
отлично. Это прикольно, это круто, да. Пойдем сюда. Крипта это где? А вот где-то прям рядом с криптой. Наверное. Тут многоуровневые эти замки, непонятно на каком уровне.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind. Quiet! Whenever I get from
Так, нам вот сюда.
broken school rules again. I have to learn that you must even good you are ungrateful.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own.
Окей. Ой. Então.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on
Прикольно.
my way.
Стой.
Bомbarda!
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible
Yes.
story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Ходим обратно. Так, ну все, ждем от него, значит, письма, а пока что пойдем выполним задание этого. А ты что тут делаешь? А, это что, Себастьян? Не похож сам на себя в таком освещении. Даже нет, вроде ничего. А, это зельеварка. А зачем? Ну, кстати, можно один сделать.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
Just let me know if there's something in particular you're looking for. Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
А это чё? А, понял.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Хочу лететь на этом. Летели. Ой, я не туда лечу. Давай приземлимся где-нибудь вот тут подальше.
No need to race now, my friend.
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Everything's all right now.
Куда? А ну стой. Ах ты.
Revelio.
Какое прикольное место, даже скелет дракона. ты, где ты? Сядь, пожалуйста.
Revelio. Revelio.
Где феофестралы? Ты кто? Нет. Я застрял в кустах. Я не могу метлу еще использовать. Могу. Ты кто? Блин, тут убегающим подозрительно. Иди сюда. Приземлись, пожалуйста. Если он куда туда садится, там что, тоже они есть? Нет.
Revelio.
Только вот, которые летали.
You ought to come back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day.
И как же мне теперь поймать его?
Revelio.
Ты, блин, нету. Блин, а ты кем был? Психованный. Да не летай туда-сюда. Вот ты кто? Ты кто? Не тот. Меня уже бесит этот квест. Давай вот буду просто вот тут стоять и все.
Revelio.
Главное, здесь какой-то лагерь браконьеров. Может, у них где-нибудь есть. Где-нибудь в клетке, может, сидит. Да что, заодно развлечемся. Ну, по крайней мере, пойдем хоть развлечемся. Кто? А, блин, еще какая-то хрень.
Ah, wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. With me, sitting around all day. Mind you, could get a bit boring.
Crucio! Tego!
I won't rest. Dead.
Confringo!
Ну, какой-нибудь бомбардой бахнем. Ну-ка, иди сюда.
Bombarda!
Someone thinks they can outlast me. Are
Crucio!
you? Stop!
Confringo! Confringo!
Угу, ничего не произошло. То у них была сумка. Однако фестралов это не добавило на карту ни одного. Слушай, а что... они меня увидят, если я, короче, вот в этой штуке буду? Только сейчас подумал. Почувствуют ли они то, что я тут хожу? Я вот сижу, меня же не видно. Это не то. Это не тот фестрал. Опа. Кто такой, кем будешь? Ты кем будешь? И не очень спешат возвращаться. И в воздухе их типа не поймаешь. Вот это, блин, интересно, неинтересно. Ходить по этой поляне дурацкой и ждать, пока на нее кто-нибудь приземлится. Шанс того, что это будет нужен нам фестрал, крайне мал. Не знаю, зачем он мне, но я его спас.
Settle yourself, I mean you no harm. I'll look after you.
Ну ничего, никакие фестралы больше не прилетают сюда. Какие-то неблагодарные квесты, блин. Может быть, хоть один прилетит сюда? Блин, вообще ни одного. Ни одного. Опа, есть какой-то. Ну-ка. Посмотрим, что это там такое. Не тот! Нет, нет. Вот этот, который носится, он нам, скорее всего, и нужен как раз. А куда он там убежал? Психованный какой-то. Наконец-то. Так, как мне инвентарь открыть? Ну ладно, все, там отпустим всех. Так, карта. Карта Хогвартса. Сейчас, подожди. Перейдем выпускать, сейчас остальных выпущу. А, подожди, я их не выпустил, я их отпустил, да? Как выпускать надо было? Ну ладно. Ну и не важно. Избавились от лишнего груза.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
куда ушли? О, тихо. А, ну и все, типа, да. Все, я использовал. — 28 минут, у нас еще есть время выполнять сюжетные квестики. Сейчас какой-нибудь вот это вот сделаем, потом вернемся, посмотрим, что у нас там получилось.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough sharp beef for everyone.
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntown Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poachers' best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way. centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious. That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water. This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Revelio.
Pelts. Poor beasts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it. Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left?
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here, all sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin-made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
А что, нам нужно пойти? Слушай, у нас же есть Круцо и Бомбарда. Пойдем рашить. Поппи, ты пойдешь с нами рашить? И убивать всех без разбору. Это же весело. Это же так по-гриффиндорски. Может, надо было за Слизерин играть. Да, у нас не получилось бы рыжая Рамина.
Nothing more than luck. Oh, too hard. Yes, they one of my own. You will fall.
О, слушай, а может я зря мост взорвал? Такое дело произошло. Оказывается, бесполезное заклинание восстановления оказалось таким же бесполезным.
What in Merlin's name? Are those dragons?
Дракон. Это подпольный бой драконов. Круто.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now. And the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word. Given how crowded it is here, how could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking a bargain.
Tell us.
А тут что? Это спуск вниз. Потом вниз спустимся. Попадем в курву. Или тут нельзя пройти, или можно? А, тут нам и надо вниз. Идешь? Что делаешь?
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Ah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say.
Who's there? How nice of you to stop by.
Ты тебе же беспалевно все. Ой, ну как обычно. Тихо не получилось. Пойдем в открытую.
Only following orders. Leave your accusations in someone else's direction.
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her, shall we?
Погнали. Мы с Круцатуса к ним ворвемся, они офигеют. Стопудов.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
По яблочку.
Alohomora.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The elements of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
Crucio!
looking for, and you brought a friend.
Ой, слушай, это ты зря. Ой, я промахнулся. Что это за символ?
I suppose we'll find out.
Да, с драконами, конечно, подружиться такая себе идея. Мы тебя спасли, слышь?
This way.
Get out! Надо было кричать. I need this way. Побыть викингом не получилось. Дракона мы не приручили.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Защитник дракона, блин, должно быть достижение, как приручить дракона. Себастьян, позвонишь, пожалуйста? Я хочу что-нибудь еще прикольно изучить.
It's time you learned the transformation spell.
О.
After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Но пока, видимо, ничего больше нет. Сберите страницу руководства из книги «Трансфигурация». А, нас приведут. Хорошо. Хорошо, что это нас в библиотеке, да? Переместиться. давай искать где. Куда? Наверх, вниз, вверх, вверх. Вверх, вверх, вверх. Давай, 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 поднимаемся. Рамина, впишись в лестницу, пожалуйста. Тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык. А, вот что тут зынькал.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to...
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
Я что, знаю, что ли?
The golden snidget.
Correct! The snitch was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Bartos Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
А что? Жидкой удачи. Вот это.
Felix Felicis.
Well done.
Я в фильме видел, это я
Since it
помню.
makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers
Так она же
involves
вроде не
which
дает
magical
удачу,
artifact?
она позволяет человеку влиться в события. Какие волшебные артефакты в сказке о трех братьях? Дары смерти, по-моему.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Бладжер или Квофл? Квофл, по-моему.
The Quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
Что? Для оборотное зелье способно превратить того, кто выпьет, в существо другого вида. Ну, в теории-то Гермиона же в кошку превратилась, наверное, да?
True.
Actually, the answer was false.
Ах ты.
While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to
Гермиона-то
change
в кошку
species.
превратилась? Ну, почти.
Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you.
Блин, почти все
And I
правильно
won't be
ответил.
giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
Да давай.
I'd like to answer more questions.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
Может быть, Орден Мерлин?
The Order of Merlin.
No, that's incorrect.
Блин.
The answer was the Wizard's Council.
Ну, это тоже
The
какие-то
Wizard's
вопросы пошли
Council
слишком...
disbanded in 70... Which dragon breed is the smallest?
Ну, явно не этот.
The Antipodean Opale.
No, I'm sorry.
Да блин.
But the answer was the Peruvian Vipertooth. Though the
Собак.
Vipertooth is the smallest breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the fastest breed. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
Quincy Hogg.
No, the answer was Hengist of Woodcroft. It is believed
Ну
that
тебя.
the hide behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
Вот это
A
вот.
Letherfold.
That's incorrect. The answer was a demiguise. While the hide behind, what is the only spell known to repel a letherfold?
Что за смерть? Оглушающая, может быть?
The stunning spell.
Actually, the answer was the Patronus charm.
Так это же
The only known
от
survivor
Дементоров.
of a Letherfold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in who published the law of elemental transfiguration.
Evangeline Orpington.
That's incorrect. The answer I was looking. One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that food cannot be. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
Knowledge is the real magic.
No. The answer was never tickle a
Да
sleeping
ты
dragon.
ладно.
Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through its mouth?
Я не знаю.
The rune's paw.
That's right. According to Parselmouth,
Офигеть.
where is Ilvermorny's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
The Amazon rainforest.
No. Ilvermorny. The American school was founded in... What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
Я не знаю.
Veracitiserum.
Incorrect. The answer...
Иди к
Amatentia
лешему.
smells differently to every person. Are you in...
I don't have time for another quiz at the moment.
That's fine. Come and find me if you'd like to try later.
Никогда больше.
I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio will make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete.
Отлично. Какая мне успеваемость в этом семестре? Я же триггернул, когда сказали, что какого страницы руководства не хватает. К счастью, нет. А я чё? Да ладно, я же нажал.
My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me
Блин.
if you are there.
Ты можешь не говорить мне там, когда я...
Goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
Это самая приколюха с тем, что урона получилось из бокала крыса с хвостом. То есть крыса бокал с хвостом. Оу, у меня получилось.
Beautifully done.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm not certain I needed all the extra assignments.
And I'm certain you would not have been as successful without them. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you were able to grow a venomous tentacula. Growing such a magical plant is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information connected in any way to Professor Fig?
No.
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ghosts and, food.
Ты не
And
умеешь
I was
врать,
interested
Рами.
in learning more about the castle and the surrounding area.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed. If you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available.
Давай потренируем, чё. Ой, блин, а что тут было?
Since our visit to Felcourse, we've been informed about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
Окей.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there. Bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Сколько нам заданий у нас насыпали? В тени шахты.
I remember our meet mentioning something about goblins.
Так, пойдем сюда вот. Это что такое? Что-то на говорите с... Ой, там какие-то задания такие неинтересные сейчас будут. Единственное интересное задание, которое мы пойдем делать, с Себастьяном говорить. Он, может быть, там что-нибудь интересное расскажет. Блин, опять надо настраивать, буду сейчас какую-нибудь раскладку. Ну то давай вот эту испортим сейчас. Надо как-то в несколько... А, вон он.
I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral.
Что нужно теперь поговорить с этим? Подожди, нужно открыть задание и активировать, чтобы он нам говорил, что делать.
Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased to know that a little Thestral was born.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world. Such misunderstood beasts.
I'm sorry that we both can see Thestrals, Deke.
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts, but sometimes wishes Deke couldn't. Deke is to blame.
What do you mean, to blame?
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest of all beasts that master had spotted high on a cliff. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. Deke begged master to leave her be. When Deke hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, Deke had to punish himself. As Deke punished himself, master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration cast at the regal bird. Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deke could reach him, master fell from the cliff. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
It sounds to me as if your master got what he deserved.
Deke never wanted anyone to get hurt. Not the phoenix, not Tobbs, and not even master. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deke can make amends for what came before.
Ой. Что по заданиям-то? О, тут закончились такие задачи. 5 из 14 основных сюжетных. И потом вот эти вот. Но эти, я думаю, все не сделаем. Потому что тут очень много. Здесь 18. Там, скорее всего, штук 25 еще. Да, с другой стороны, кто, конечно, знает, что там еще будет. Задание. Давай вот это сделаем. А что мне по снаряжению? А это что? А сюда нам и надо. Южная часть Хогвартса. Там нам перезайти. Блин, опять через верх пойдем. Ну ладно. Пойдем через верх. Где спуск-то?
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Карта. Надо через карту тпшнуться в зал прорицания. Вот это интересно, да.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful? Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Так, что следующие задания?
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
Чё?
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
А ты сейчас, а мы сейчас где? Подожди. Империо. Это интересно. Ладно, раз мы сюда уже приперлись, давай делать задание здесь.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's
Потом пойдем
incredible.
делать империю.
You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
Давай
We
нападем.
need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Ну чё?
There they are, up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
It won't be long now.
Вон как, да?
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries. I won't rest. Dead.
Bombarda!
Rather up why he's coming back this way.
Crucio!
I will make you pay.
Ну еще.
Revelio.
Где?
Crucio!
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through
Тихо.
or be
Сейчас погнали.
discreet.
You know which one I choose?
You don't believe you can defeat me, do you?
Just keeping you on your toes. Rest it out longer than necessary.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
Ну мне понравилось.
And that was relatively fun.
Блин, скрутся очень легко, они прям очень сильно их ослабляет. Я что, выбросил что-то? Ну ладно. Хрен с ним. Сейчас бы авады кедавры бы еще их всех бить. А, простая гриффиндорская ученица бегает, бахает круцу по всем подряд. Вот именно так.
For better or for worse, we're in.
You will suffer. I won't rest.
Ах ты. Почти не получится.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were
Ну, чел
reported.
улетел, походу.
Now I see why.
Чуть не упал.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Why have you not run away?
I will make you pay.
Не хочешь помогать?
Let's get this over with. Rubber and White's coming back this way.
How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Ты допрыгнешь? Оба. Офигеть, ты телепортируешься.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs. Any number of endearing qualities, really. Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Так. Ну, давай сюда.
Repairer.
Опа. Это было быстро. А вот сейчас не быстро, я вкладываю у меня все скиллы мои.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war. We've still not seen a single rune.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
You'll pay for that!
Опа. А кто это у нас такой проклятый бегает? Слушай, давай будем атаковать проклятого.
We're not finished yet.
О, тихо, тихо.
Bombarda.
certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap, for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly on bravery, you know.
Я бы сказал, что у меня не отвага, у меня безумие отвага. Куда идти-то? О, опять эти. Я не понял, подожди-ка.
Have a look around in peace. А это где? Там выше, что ли? Да нет, вроде. Или там? А кто знает? Видимо, отсюда. Нет, ну вот отсюда же.
Бомбарда!
Wasn't expecting that. What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Revelio.
Но я вижу, по крайней мере, сундук.
Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
Вход в крипту. Удобно. Очень даже.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Morinweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins.
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
Ладно. Не пошло. Ну не очень, да, пошло. Разговор не задался с самого начала. Но мы можем поговорить еще раз.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
You're here. Good.
Второй еще раз.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Зачем нам это? Пробраться туда, возможно.
This room is taller than it looks.
Все, загорелось, отлично.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified. Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Там что? Пошли. Ой, не та. Дипольсу. Тут что-нибудь есть? Буквально пол пещеры сожгли. Так, это какое-то продвижение стоит. Пойдем туда сходим. Так куда?
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there. Confringo! All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Очевидно. Здесь сундук. Пошли обратно.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Надо опять построить мост, да и догадаюсь. Только вот куда? Тут завал. Опа. Какой-то проход.
We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Нет, мне сюда идти не надо. Видимо. Так. Что у нас еще есть? Кости. Еще нажималки. Так. Не подняться. Что там можно было двигаться?
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone.
Может быть, кости помогут нам.
If this archway's been barricaded, we can find a way through.
Видимо, помогут. Блин. Пойдем еще кости притащим. Где сюда хватит? Ты чё? Опа. Что там?
I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Конечно же,
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Нифига.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Ой. Тихо! Так нельзя, так нельзя, вот так нельзя. Давай, Бэб, я просто хочу попробовать.
Бомбарда!
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How good is it?
I tried. This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Я понял, сейчас тихо. Круг и змейка. Так. Теперь круг. Опа, интересно. Иди сюда. Так, следующая дверь, вот эта. Лабиринт. И что там? Вот это. И лабиринт. Так, тут сундучок. Неплохо. Это тоже неплохо, но на этом далеко не уплывешь. Так. Круг и вот эти треугольники. Паучара! А империю дай урон. Лабиринт и Тетрис. Их сначала лабиринт, потом Тетрис. Или не важно, Тетрис, лабиринт. Блин, я забыл, что мне не так просто.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place. Whoa.
Вот это пауки пошли. Оу, щит. Оф, щит. О, он атакует врагов, на которых я атакую, офигеть. Ой. Вот и кончили шуточки. Я не в том порядке ударил, вон. Слушай, империя офигенная штука. Блин, а у меня нет, я поджигающий выбросил. Нехорошо. Так, нужно их... как бы как-то так сделать, чтобы оно все везде требуется. Здесь давай возьмем... Поджигалочка. Конфринго и Круцо. Вот сюда. Ой, нет, вот сюда, а вот сюда. Не, давай, знаешь, как сделаем? Вот это вот сюда, а вот это вот сюда. Будем вот так. Будем вот этой вот драться. Вот она получше.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
Ого.
Sebastian, the relic. Look.
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Ты кто?
Is that ominous?
А ты
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Гомонись.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to.
Вот это Звездные войны начались. Ай, как сложно. Я на рандом с закрытыми глазами выбрал. Сложно выбрать.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperium?
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds absurd. But I have another idea. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Куда нам идти? Откуда пришли? Оттуда?
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Смотри-ка, на память нашел путь обратно.
This from Ominous. He just doesn't understand.
За мной идешь?
And I didn't want to worry him all over again. As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's
Здесь
been a
нет
lot to
лакса.
take in.
Я не могу использовать. Ладно,
I
побежали
thought he
так.
understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne. When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her.
Okay.
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Always my turn.
At your service. I've been fighting this before you were born.
Put me down!
Crucio!
I will have my enjoy
You'll not win here. They'll retreat. We'll make them retreat. I'm handling it.
Ой, нифига я сбросил.
Solid ground!
Where to go? Keep up, North Reach!
О май гад, он же использовал Империю. Он спалился. Харакири.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
А я тут, значит, Круциус Империум
What did
кастовал.
my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Подожди, а что там по заданиям? 6 из 14, вот это да. Мы очень хорошо идем. Так, задание. Я думаю, мы закончим сегодня вот этот вот раздел, наверное. Вот этот раздел заданий. А следующий оставим на следующий раз, потому что это уже, видимо, ведет к концу. Здесь сколько осталось? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 задания. И останется, получается, потом еще 4 основных сюжетных задания. Вот, смотри. Вот, и тут вот остается типа 4 задания. Останется 4. Уже прям как будто финалочка. Звучит, по крайней мере, так. Опа, это что такое? Поговорите с Себастьяном в крипте. Ну, по крайней мере, все только поговорить.
Can't imagine how muggles get by without magic. Almost makes me feel a bit guilty. Not saying I don't.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
Well done. You certainly know what you were doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are.
Что у
I
тебя с
do
глазами?
think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely
да
camped
ничего с
her
глазами
and
произошло.
looked her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her
Чего
egg.
страшного произошло?
Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from
Что-то у них у
simply
всех с глазами
standing
что-то не
here.
так.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
Да, реально, что-то с глазами.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Whoa.
Poor thing must be worried sick.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
Блин, я все ремонтные заклятия убили. Так, давай сюда.
Fantastic from a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And probably... Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
Starved to pick off a grubhorn.
Or just raring.
Wait, what was that?
В катсцене все еще глаза сломаны. Не смешно и страшно.
Well, there's no turning back now. Remember, over here.
А я могу за империю? Нет, не могу. О, больно. Врешь, не попадешь. Ты куда, в смысле?
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make. Keep at it. We've just got to make it.
Опа, не пошло.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Приручать драконов тяжеловато.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me.
I don't suppose she'd listen to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past it.
Ай, ай, ай. У него аим какой-то. Убер классный. Я под тониками.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
Как его положить-то? В смысле? А, это еще дальше идти.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Интересно.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Неплохой квест, было интересно.
That was brilliant.
Если бы глаза не сломались, это было бы еще класснее. Но в катсценах они просто выглядят как зомби.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says.
А так более-менее.
The important thing is that we survived it. And we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Так, что у нас следующее по заданию? Давай вот это вот пройдем, оно появилось раньше.
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Serona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Serona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Как далеко? О май гад. Подожди. Шахт. А, нет, это не туда. Ну, давай, выберись. Ты выбери телепорт-то.
This looks intriguing.
Куда меня занесло? Какой-то не лучший выход нашел я. Предлагаю отсюда уйти, пока нас не самое это. Поэтому лучше тпшнуться, я предлагаю вот сюда. Потом отсюда на метле долететь.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here.
Of course.
Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or a loitering loyalist.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Ты тихо, ты не зажимай.
Safe travels, my young friends.
The door is looking at us.
Я понял. Я понял, что она хочет. Скорее всего. Чё, ты не думал отойти в сторону? Шахта глаз. Головоломки и пауки, все как мы любим, да?
So rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
These machines are still interesting.
уйди ты. Да уйди ты.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Иди сюда. Слышь, голоса.
Amit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
Why can't I hit you? Let's get this over with. Rather unwind. This way.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Че за баг? У меня щит какой-то.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
A schematic? Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Someone...
Bombarda!
This is almost too easy! That was meant for me. I won't rest until you're dead. Arrogant child! No! I was right not to be worried about you. Well...
Да куда ты? Все мимо. Что ты в него все кидаешь? О.
This'll be a laugh. I won't rest. There you are.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Revelio.
И чё? Там открыл. А, вот дверь. Это что-то не то, по-моему. Похоже на обвал. Так, тихо. Пошли. Ну, на всякий случай, вдруг камни поднимут восстание. Произойдет восстание дикомнистов. Так, пошли сюда. Да не зависай в текстурах. Stand to fight.
Someone's here. I don't think you know who you're dealing with.
Bombarda!
One less human to worry about. I will make you pay.
Bombarda!
Ooh, this is...
How many of them are there? That should be the last of them, Amit.
I'll be quiet.
Продолжаем идти. И мы дошли.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Пошли. Опять бежим по памяти обратно. Откуда мы бежали?
There must be a quicker
Я
way
не
out of
помню.
here than retracing
Конечно.
our steps.
Отсюда. А, там сказали, может быть, короткий путь. Ну ладно, бежали по длинному. Какая разница? Какое? Ты чё?
Incendio! Bombarda! Take
Еще 2 гоблинов осталось убить. Для полного счастья. Так, с какой стороны мы пришли? Оттуда. Ты рядом? Так, нет, не сюда. Вот туда.
Can we please?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Protego!
Да ё-моё. Интересно, я могу их взорвать бомбардой?
Бомбарда!
Не, не скакивай. Нереалистично.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch when I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Так, что у нас еще осталось по заданиям? Поговорить с Себастьяном, давай. В крипте, погнали в крипту. переместиться. Погнали.
I have thrilling news. I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spintwitches as soon as you can.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft, nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Так, хорошо, поговорили. Опа, последнее обновление для метлы. Видите, место третьего испытания. Ну, давайте поищем. Начнем с обновления метлы, конечно же. Заодно продадим ему все ненужные вещи. Да ё. Вот сюда. Так. Так, сначала можно
Hello
продать тебя?
again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you.
4
You'll be
косаря.
thrilled with that broom, I promise you.
Да ты вообще.
You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details?
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
О, куда? Нифига. Хорошо, что я тут подсуетился, пока страницы искал.
always like a polite.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt. The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
Gryffindor, over here!
Hello again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually, thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose, Gryffindor.
Brilliant flying, if I do say so myself.
Now that's more like
Ой, как сложно. Ой, как сложно. В дирте не так сложно играть, гонять. Ой, как сложно. Ой, как сложно. Ой, как сложно. Ой, как сложно. Ой, 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 тяжело. Ничего не понимаю, куда еду, куда лечу. Блин, не получилось собрать. Ладно, турбируем так.
That wasn't too difficult.
Кольца 8 из 29. Офигеть, это длинный спецучасток. В смысле гонка. Тихо. Спокойно. 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 Там, значит, кайфует. А мне тут капец тяжело. Ой, как заносит ее при этим. Как BMW M2, да? Заносит задний привод метлы. И вот когда собирают эти турбины, она как-то ее разворачивает.
Brilliant. This is going well.
Ой, ой, ой. Плохо получилось как. Но, по крайней мере, мы хорошо идем по времени.
That wasn't too difficult.
Срезаем потихоньку чуть-чуть. Давай, 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 давай. Есть, на тоненького.
That was quite something.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here. 5th year. Not bad. For a Gryffindor.
Вот типичный слизеринец, это я понимаю. Подожди, дай посмотрю, сколько тут до него, вот если так полететь. Где он там?
I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet.
5 километров.
Sneak away without drawing my mother's eye.
Офигеть просто. А, можно было сразу в карту Хогвартса даже телепортироваться, точно. Сейчас давайте, знаете, что сделаем? Сейчас поговорим с ценой. Дальше пройдем испытание последнее. И на этом на сегодня закончим с вами. Потому что испытание можем проходить очень долго, если оно сложное.
How's my favourite test flyer? What are we looking for today?
А что, я же хотел с тобой просто поговорить.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Чуть не прогрузилось.
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an hour when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Good for Mr. Weeks.
Подожди, а что там задание? Просто поговорить или мы что-то будем делать? А может мы что-то делать будем? Ну.
Are you ready to put an end to?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
You'd think knowing
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
But please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Ау. Ну, поплаваем в холодной воде, чё нет.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow, as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Да блин, опять я в воду.
Like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Опа, вот какой-то нежданчик произошел. Скорее всего, сейчас будет драка. Мы с черного хода зайдем. Ай.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Ай, опять это место с канатами. Цирк с конями, так, обратно.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Revelio.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. The hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Revelio.
Everyone in Upper Hogwarts.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
Just keep an eye out.
Что, начинаем дичь, трэш и провокация?
Good job, thing, aren't you? You've made a great mistake. Huh? Try not to make this too easy.
Revelio. Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Где кнопки? А, это такой безглазый.
Revelio.
Подожди, как нам подняться наверх? Тут? Да, вроде нету. Тут как дорога. А, да, наверх.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. Boss will deal with her when he...
Bolto! Look what you've done!
No pay for that.
What are your thoughts on electricity?
You die for that.
Flash of inspiration.
I quit now while you're still alive.
Whoa, 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 тихо.
Crucio!
Чуть не убил. Собака. Я 2 раза выпил еще пузырек, да? Зачем-то.
Revelio. Natty must be here somewhere. Alohomora. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, You best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Было просто.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Тебе палочка не нужна? Ну ладно. Пошли туда. Я же наверх. Точно, я совсем забыл.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow one.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Давай вот последнее испытание делаем и на этом будем заканчивать. А, оно в Хогвартсе. Слушай, интересно. Да, последний на сегодня. Ну, по-моему, не последний, там еще одно будет. Но я не знаю, я так просто слышал. Вы писали, что будет еще одно. Я думал, кто это постоянно говорит? Это, оказывается, летучий порох говорит. Офигеть. Этот портал сам. Открой. А, так он находится в зале картографии. Че, я пешком бегу? Я же могу тпшнуться.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Задание началось. Можно ли как-нибудь по карте туда добраться побыстрее? Видимо, нет.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office?
Можно поговорить с... Фу. Карта. Ой, какие сложные ходы. Уж телепортироваться туда сразу. Там вообще надо было в кабинет фига телепортироваться сразу сюда. Может, где-то телепорт есть.
I hope I... Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it. Despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait. Doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Такая модная бутылка.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing.
I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Прикольная миссия. Мне нравится.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along. When I witness what passes for magic in
Такая
these
смешная
halls,
миссия. Эти разговоры такие как клишированные. Не удивлюсь, если нам кто-то еще встретится по пути.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Headmaster, here, what could you want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you, I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Это так смешно.
Something is very wrong.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kagawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
смысле, а куда у меня исчезло это? Что для задания? О, блин, собака. Куда она исчезла? Где вход-то в этот зал? Да, блин, где вход-то? Я не помню.
Headmaster, and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Это миссия, наверное, самая лучшая вообще в игре. Это же шикарно.
Greetings. I mean, out of my way, children.
Professor, a word, please.
Нет времени.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall know.
Это же шикарно. Это шикарно, самая шикарная миссия из всех просто.
Scrope's performances is... Scrope! Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes. yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off.
Так, погоди. YouTube у меня только у меня лег или у вас тоже? А, нет, у вас нормально. Хрень какая-то. Ладно. Продолжаем. Так. Сейчас мне нужно перемоститься вот сюда. Вот все вроде нормально. Да хватит. Не туда, извините, промахнулся.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle.
В смысле? В смысле? И чё? И чё, задание завершено? Еще все. Ну что ж, ладно, раз все так все, будем с вами на сегодня тогда заканчивать. Сейчас я сохранюсь. Давайте мы сейчас оставим чуть прям подождать, чтобы прогрузилось все. Проберитесь к кабинету директора, это теперь следующее задание, да? Отдельное. Да, вот это вот испытание, это будет тогда мы его оставим на следующий стрим. Я еще раз сохранюсь, потому что оно прогрузилось. Так, сохранить. Вот. Так, всем спасибо за просмотр. Не забывайте ставить лайки, подписываться на канал. Продолжим мы завтра. Наверное, где-то в это же время, ну, может быть, не знаю, не буду говорить пораньше, примерно в это же. Всем еще раз спасибо за просмотр, не забывайте ставить лайки, подписываться на канал, всем удачи и всем пока-пока.